If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Houston area or just want to know what's going on, in April of 2023, Houston, Texas, this is a market report based on values and also interest rates of what is going on. In February, just over a month ago, Houston saw the 11th decline in values for a consecutive 11-month period. Now, the value drops are not huge. They're about 1 to 2% depending on the area in which you live in. Now, I'm going to put a link down in the description of the February housing report from Houston Association of Realtors so you can see more data and more graphs about the topic. Active listings are up 70%, which means that there's more inventory out there. Now, not to be fooled, an average balanced market of not a buyer's market and not a seller's market is 6 months of inventory. Houston right now, as of March 2023, actually has a 2.6 months worth of inventory. Now, I can tell you from experience, my team currently is closing anywhere from 12 to 15 home buyers per month. We're seeing across the city, we're seeing quite a few multiple offers still, depending on what area you're buying in, but definitely in price ranges below $300,000, we're seeing that it's being more competitive. The average sales price for a home in the Houston, Texas area is $385,000. Now, from an interest rate perspective, March saw quite a bit of activity. Now, most of you probably heard in the news that there was a big banking fiasco. So in mid-March, there were a couple of banks, one on the West Coast and one on the East Coast actually, that just couldn't operate anymore. They just closed their doors. So the Fed and the investors on Wall Street were super worried that this was going to be a trend and that they were going to start seeing a domino effect of banks starting to close. Now, as of about a week ago, the news just stopped. Like, it didn't start talking about this anymore. From a mortgage interest rate perspective, we saw a lot of activity in March. So we saw interest rates swing up, we saw them swing down. The main factor to know is that the banking, I wouldn't say crisis, there were just two banks that were having a hard time. And when that happened in mid-March, the Fed and investors got really spooked and thought, gosh, is this going to be a trend? So interest rates actually went down when that happened because they were afraid that that was going to just be a bubble and that things were going to start, that the banking was just going to collapse. Well, that didn't happen. So those low rates were really short-lived and rates started to creep up again. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, rates are high. Should I buy right now? For some people, it's not the right time to buy. What they can afford and where their payments are just not in the right place. Now, for some people, if you can afford the monthly payment, just know that rates are temporary. So in the future, it's expected in 2 to 3 years, interest rates will go down and you'll be able to refinance. So just know that, again, interest rates are temporary. Make sure to talk to your local lender, which hopefully is me, and just see how that might affect a monthly payment. Thanks for tuning in to this April market and interest rate report. Talk to you soon.